Before the 2020 election, I did a few videos on Kamala Harris, and I said that she was the shattered Citadel lady. And when somebody is in the shattered Citadel period, that means it shows a man falling from a lightning-struck tower with a crown in his hand. And I said at the time when I saw her numbers, and I said that I knew that this was the end of Donald Trump's reign for sure, because what the shattered citadel does is it unseats a man or replaces a man in a certain way. So I knew that this was the end of Donald Trump. Now, when you apply it to the period we're in now, it could mean that she'll help Biden with the problem with Putin. And that could be another shattered citadel situation where there's a seat of power, there's a man, and it's bringing him down. Another possibility is that if Biden gets sick, that she could replace him, or worse, she can really replace him. Biden is the year of the horse, and the year of the horse is a very independent type of person. And he's a wood element, and wood has a lot to do with controlling things. Now, the horse needs a partner. So a partner would be Kamala Harris. It would also be his own wife. Other than that, they're extremely independent. And the wood doesn't really need a lot of fanfare as far as that goes. Kamala Harris, like Putin, is the year of the dragon, and they like a lot of fanfare. But Putin is wood, and that has to, like Biden, they like to control things. They like people to do as they say and toe the line, where Kamala Harris is fire. And fire is more like very worldly. They depend on their own experiences. And because she's the year of the dragon, she puts on a good show the way Putin does. The year of the dragon likes to put on a big show, and they're very limelight people. Now, Putin is in a period where he attacked Ukraine on February the 24th. I did a video on February 23rd, and I was going over what I thought would happen. And then right now, everything's in a state of problems, and as I mentioned before, Putin said that if the United States help Ukraine, it would have a price to pay. So now we have this team of Kamala and Biden, and a lot of people don't realize that Kamala is fire, and as an example, and Biden is wood. In other words, she feeds off him, and she kind of can drain him a little bit. But also, Putin is wood, and her actions with Biden's would tend to make Putin feel drained. A lot of people don't realize that when two people get together, as an example, water and fire, there's such a conflict between the people that it's unreconcilable or unmanageable. And yet when fire gets together with wood, the wood feeds the fire, and the wood feels drained. That's why when people are around a certain person, one person invigorates you. You just feel great when you're around them. Another person is like a sleeping pill to you. And that's like in the case of fire and wood. And in the case of earth and fire, fire invigorates earth. It's like a volcano, and the earth gives a lot of energy. But the fire feels a little drained around earth, and earth is getting all this energy. And people don't realize the exchange of energy between one person and another, the effect that it has. Psychics are of awareness. And I taught this a class in Rowan College several years ago. I was teaching on weekends, and I did it for a couple of years. I spent a couple of the classes on the elements and the exchange of energy between people. I have those classes on the internet, on, let's say, YouTube, whatever, and they're available. And it's a very interesting study. Why, when you're around somebody, you feel great, and another person, they just take the juice out of you. And when you get somebody like Kamala Harris, who has the numbers, the letter numbers of the shattered Citadel, how constantly she can unseat people. Like I always said, she unseated Donald Trump. And she was a great part of that happening because she brought the female vote, the black vote, the Asian vote, the woman vote, and unseated Donald Trump. And then, which I predicted. I said he'd be a one-term president 3 years before it happened. And I talked about Kamala Harris, and I called it a shattered Citadel lady before that happened. And right now, I just think the energy between her and Biden and Putin is a very interesting energy. But go back to some of my videos and think about how when you're around certain people, the effect that they have on you. It's not by accident. This is energy between people, which the average person I don't think thinks about.